Well, ever since I was little, I was always a bit very insecure about my ears. Since they stick out a little bit too much, I've always had like this, they always seem very big and kind of exaggerated. And since I've been little, I've always been very, very insecure about them. So when I have my hair out, I always try to, cover it up a bit. But sometimes even maybe counterproductively, I would still push hair behind my ears to, to lean them back. And probably one of my other insecurities is because, well, I've got my dad's eyebrows, very bushy, very messy, and sometimes they just go out of sync. One of them's a bit thicker and actually has the full eyebrow, while the other's a bit smaller and doesn't quite meet up with it. I've always had trouble with the eyebrows and stuff. Another thing I've always noticed in photos that I have one slight squinty eye. One eye that's just slightly squinty, a little bit lazy. So in photos I'd always have one eye that looks a little bit bigger than the other. It'd be maybe my squinty eye.
If someone gave you like $1 million and say,
actually make that, it'd be my ears, pushing back a little bit. So they're not so big and almost monkey-like. Maybe around the leg area mostly, but I've never really had many insecurities about my body because I've always been a very skinny and petite person. But I've always been very annoyed with my zits. I've always had a little bit of, once I get very hormonal, I have a lot of acne problems that still even trouble me right, now as well. To be honest, I'm not so insecure with my body that I would change anything. But if I could it maybe be my ears.
just your ears?
Just my ears and maybe my eye. Well, figure out what's up with my lazy eye. Wake up.
So the current makeup that you have on now, what does it make you, like what kind of emotions does it make you feel?
Older, prettier, maybe a little bit sexy.
Why?
Guess because it kind of makes me look a bit more bolder, smoother. It kind of cleans up a lot of my features. Like I notice when I don't wear makeup, I actually look a bit younger for my age. I don't look like I'm actually 20. I remember when I was in grade 11, I'd had this grade 10 actually think that I was actually in the same grade as him, even though technically I'm still technically 2 years older than him. That kind of peeved me off though. As in some people say it's good to be also to look, young and stuff. And I understand that to a point, but it also feels a bit nice to look a bit, older, a bit more mature.
How so?
I guess when it comes to maturity, that also comes with knowledge. And I've always been really focused on knowledge, knowing.
You said earlier that you feel more sexy. Why do you feel like that?
I guess because I've got this very villainous and very seductive kind of look and appearance. Plus, I guess the whole red helps too. My Oma would always say, "Look out for the lady in red."